How should you talk to your cat? Should you adopt baby talk? Should you talk to your pet like you're having a serious conversation with your boss? Is it what you say or how you say it? Does your tone matter far more than your words? If you're a cat owner, especially a new owner, it can be a bit rough to communicate with your pet. Knowing how to properly communicate can take some time. In this material, we'll talk about communication, your communication style, and why consistency, above all else, is the key to victory. Interesting topic, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. When talking to your cat, it's really all about your tone, physical gestures, as in your body language, and establishing some level of consistency in an effort to get your point across. With respect to our core topic today, should you talk to your cat like a human? The fact of the matter is, you can talk to your cat really however you want. There really are no rules in that department. It's all about identity and allowing your cat to become familiar with your vocal style and your vocal tone. While some level of baby talk is common when communicating with our pets, I think we can all agree on that one. The core objective involves staying consistent with your personal style. It's critical to develop a casual voice and a stern voice. The latter will mean much more if the casual voice is quite pronounced and easily associated with you. This will give you that stern tone. It'll make that stern tone a bit more powerful when you have to use it. When you're telling your cat to jump down from the kitchen counter, that stern tone, that voice they don't hear that often, it will carry much more weight in those moments of urgency, and over time, your cat will not only learn to respond to it, but also, perhaps, just perhaps, respect it as a voice of authority. It's really the same with younger children. You have your chipper and light-hearted voice, your fun and silly voice, but then you have that parental voice, the voice of authority. If you have young children, you know what's up, and when you use that stern voice, your child knows that you're not playing around. For both cats and kids, consistency and proper balance is indeed the key. One way to enhance your vocal tone is through the use of physical gestures. Cats are quite keen when it comes to body language, making hand motions, especially when you're taking that stern tone can help to drive the point across and drive the point home. If your cat is on the kitchen table and you give a stern no while pointing to the floor, this serves as an added measure of reinforcement. And if your cat is used to that baby talk and light-hearted tone, once you sort of drop the hammer in this fashion, well, it takes everything up a notch. Of course, when you're talking about communicating with a feline, once you know the tools of the trade, the next obvious question is, how on earth can I tell if my cat is actually paying attention? Are they even listening to me at all? One of the ways that you can tell that your cat is paying attention and that you have your cat's full attention is physical contact on their part. If you're talking to your pet and they approach you and give you a headbutt or a rub to your arms or legs, you do in fact have their attention and they're displaying affection towards you. Another way that you can tell if you have your cat's attention and if they are listening involves that purr machine, of course. Can't talk about cats without that purr machine. Audience, please back me up on this one. Have you ever approached your relaxed and perhaps even sleeping cat and just said something, said anything at all, in the vocal tone that they know and trust, and the next thing you hear, oh, it's that purr machine. Your cat, they don't even have to move. And then all of a sudden that motor kicks in when your cat starts to purr at the sound of your voice, even if you don't speak your cat's name. That's a strong indicator that your cat is not only listening, but they're more than happy to hear a voice they love and trust. With respect to feline body language, watch for slow blinks. If you're talking to your cat and they look at you and just are not afraid to give you a blink, this means they're not only listening, but it means they feel safe and secure with you around. Now, what about the negative? Those times when you have to use a stern voice, outside of the obvious, your cat halting whatever activity that's gotten them in trouble in the first place. That's one way to know. Another way is you have your cat's attention. It's all in the eyes. If your cat stops and stares and you've got them, you have their full attention now, there's a safe bet they're probably not too thrilled with the stern voice tone, but you've got their attention for sure. Returning to the core topic question, should I talk to my cat like a human? I've always resorted to childish speak. I wouldn't call it baby talk, but rather what amounts to silly talk, childish silly talk, lighthearted, funny talk. In a way, it's just for entertainment. Again, audience, back me up on this one. Sometimes you talk to your cat in a lighthearted way, but it's mainly just for your own entertainment and perhaps the entertainment of the others in your home. If I had to place a pin square in the middle of this entire topic, my advice would be regardless of how you talk to your cat, never treat them or view them as less than. Sure, you can always have a bit of fun with them, but make sure you always maintain proper respect. Never dismiss your pet and never view them as unworthy of your presence. Just because they're unable to speak our language and go head to head with us when it comes to what we would consider a common exchange, that certainly doesn't mean they aren't worthy of appreciation and the utmost respect. I believe there's a fine line between childish speak and dismissive speak, and while your cat will never actually have a clue as to what you're saying, you never want to plant that seed within your own mind with your own voice that your pets are beneath you. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, I'll now turn things right on over to you. How do you speak to your cat if you have a multi-cat household? Does each cat get a different version of your vocal tone? Is your lighthearted and casual speak just a bit different with each cat? And what about this one? Do you speak to your cat the same way you'd speak to a person? The same vocal tone. If that's you, I'd really love to read your story. For my position, that style of interaction seems a bit different and a bit uncommon. Not wrong, but certainly a bit different from my perspective. It seems that human nature would almost lend us to use the childlike speak when dealing with quite obviously small children, but also animals. It's not uncommon for many people to view their pets as members of the family. Children, perhaps, I guess that is yet another reason why pets are often spoken to in a childlike manner, because in some circles, pets are indeed children, at least to some degree. And when it comes to discipline, how do you speak to your cat? Is your vocal tone quite the departure from your normal voice, or do you simply rely on your body language more than your voice when attempting to discipline your cat? Cats enjoy conversation, our voice. They enjoy listening to their owners. For felines, the human voice, especially a voice they trust, is quite often very calming and soothing. This is why, going back to what I mentioned earlier, sometimes all you have to do is start talking and your pet begins to purr. The voice of comfort, the voice of trust. Your voice is your calling card, so when you're interacting with pets, your pets, especially if you're a brand new owner, give them a voice they can learn to love and seek refuge in. This will go an awful long way when it comes to building that forever bond. Viewers, your commentary and your stories, the comment section is all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later. And oh, FYI, there's a thunderstorm as I'm recording this, so if you happen to hear a few claps of thunder in the background, well, it's just all part of the Senior Cat Wellness experience, at least for this video. All right, thanks for watching. Everybody take care.